Prince Fabian stood completely still in the deep forest, trying to take stock of his motives for being in this savage place. This was the furthest he had ever wandered. Before, necessity had always forced him to turn back to what was safe and recognizable. He just didn't have the guts to venture out any further, or so he kept telling himself. But then there was something so compelling about the unknown, and there was something deep within him, something missing, something that haunted him, passionate and suffocating, dogging his every need. There was indeed another life beyond the known, another existence. There was indeed a bigger world if only he had the nerve to chase it. That provincial life had conjured more questions than answers. Here, amidst the trees and the lonely silence, he felt one question repeating in his mind. What was he doing here? What reason did he have to come all this way and risk the unknown? Was it for the quiet? Was it for the solitude? No. He could experience loneliness at the castle where duty and old-fashioned beliefs and customs waited for him. Why then? There was only one answer. He had stirrings more primal than he cared to admit. It was as if another being, another entity was inside him, clawing to get out. Through the silence he heard a faint cry. Snapping his head in the direction of the distant sound, he moved, fleet of foot. Dashing between the trees, Fabian stumbled out into a clearing. "Ah!" came the cry again. He charged back into the trees, moving as fast as he could through the tripping roots and dense underbrush that grew this deep in the forest. The sweet, enticing smell of aloe struck his nose as he got closer to the calls for help, the cruel stench of a predator. He broke the tree line into an open valley where a young boy lay, wrapped in the thick green vines of a giant pitcher plant. Without once thinking of his own safety, Prince Fabian drew his dagger and went to save the boy. He wasn't fast enough. Another slimy tentacle snapped outwards, catching the prince by the ankle. With a sharp howl, the prince was brought off balance. He was quickly on his back, being hauled along in the dirt. All he had done was doom himself as he watched the tiny child next to him being dragged towards his death. With the blade in his hand, Fabian found it difficult to cut the vines around his ankles, since he was in a rather clumsy position. Instead, he attempted to thrust the blade into the ground to allow him some grip. He noticed the mouth with its dripping enzymes. There were bones mixed with a foul froth and mucus acids. These bones were stripped of their flesh. Some other animal had strayed too close for comfort, and had suffered slowly as the acids had consumed it. The boy's screams were deafening at this point. He tried grasping onto stones, grass, turf, anything that would appear rooted. But further he went, advancing towards the mouth that would strip him of his flesh.